Morning, YouTubers. So if you're that uh, vehicle owner, gasoline vehicle owner, that is just starting to experience oil consumption problems, it's very possible that you can reverse it. Without looking inside the cylinders, I'd have to say if you're not seeing smoke on hard acceleration and you're not consuming over a quart of oil within 5,000 miles or less, because it seems like the industry wants you to do at minimum 5,000 miles. And if you tell someone minimum 5,000, they're going to go 8. So within 3 to 5,000 miles, I'm going to give you that window. If you're not consuming more than one quart within 3 to 5,000 miles, it's very possible to save your engine. And there's going to be some things you need to do to it. And one is make sure you're using a good quality oil. Two is you're going to have to start using additives, meaning a motor flush, and changing your oil every 3,000 miles. This way, the clean oil can start collecting contaminants and sludge that's all stuck inside the piston rings, inside the engine, and then collect it in the oil. And then when the oil is drained in the filter, it'll be removing those deposits. As I said before in previous videos, oil that's black and sludgy, it cannot collect any more stuff inside your motor. It leaves it behind because it can't absorb any more of the carbon molecules. People argue with me, but I'm just telling you the way it is. So let's stick to that. So you want to use kerosene. I would say if you have a 4-quart motor or 4.5-quart motor, add a half a quart. You can use transmission fluid. And there's plenty of other additives out there, Marvel, Mr. Oil, and so on and so forth. And that's going to be a cleaning process. So, and I would tell you, if it's not really, really bad, it will start to cleanse the inside of the motor. And there's other treatments out there like BG and some other stuff that's quite complex to use. But you, the vehicle owner, again, if it's not consuming more than one quart within 3 to 5,000 miles and blowing blue and black smoke out your tailpipe and have tons of blow by, its chances are you can reverse that scenario. It's very possible. If the cylinder walls are already scored, you're not going to save that engine. You may still be able to clean it up and reduce what's going on, but once the ring is worn flat and it stays in that position because it's a circle in your piston, and the rings are a circle, and your cylinder bore is a circle, and then once the ring gets so much stuff and gunk behind it and it sticks, sometimes it keeps pushing, pushes the ring against the cylinder wall, and then it starts scratching and leaving a flat spot in the cylinder wall and the oil control rings. And that's why the oil can pass up into the combustion chamber and wreak more havoc and ruin the catalytic converter and so on and so forth. But it can be reversed. I have some higher mileage vehicles and experimenting with that. My truck is due for an oil change shortly, and we're going to see what the oil consumption rate is sooner than later. My Toyota Sequoia, same thing, 300 and something thousand miles or 280,000 miles. Same thing, oil consumption problem. I've been driving around with that with half a quart of motor flush, and actually both vehicles, half a quart in both vehicles, and I'm driving it, and at 3,000 miles we're going to change the oil, and I'm going to document the oil consumption. Hopefully we see a reduction in there, but again, 200,000 miles on an engine is a lot with poor or exceeded or high or neglected oil change interval. Same thing with the Toyota engine. But I'm not blowing smoke out the tailpipe, but I can smell it in the Sequoia, and I really can't smell it at all in the truck. But you can reverse oil consumption provided that the motor is already not destroyed. But thanks for watching.